my question is just for my members in Eastern Oregon who care about local food, local meat, fairness, meat processing, sustainable agriculture. Why should they care about competition in the livestock markets? And if you could say who you are as well.
Okay. Well, I'm Bill Bullard, and I'm the CEO of RCAF USA. And the reason the local producers should be concerned with the concentration in the industry is because as a result of the concentration, our industry has been constrained by the major meat packers, constrained in terms of preventing new entrants into the industry. And so long as we allow these concentrated packers to have control over the live cattle supply chain and control over the production of beef, it is going to limit the opportunities for local food producers because the dominant meat packers will continue to undercut them in the consuming market. That's why this is a very important industry sector that has experienced growth, but on a relatively small scale when you look at the size of the U.S. cattle industry. So if we want to promote local production, if we want to provide new economic opportunities for those who do want to produce and sell locally, then we need to ensure that they have a competitive market in which they are selling their niche market into. And if the meat packers can continue to exploit producers and consumers and undercut the cost of production, it's going to be very difficult to get consumers to switch from the commercially available beef supply to the niche market. That's why we must raise the bar for everybody. We must restore competition. This will restore opportunities for everyone in the industry. We'll see more entrepreneurs enter the industry. We'll see more creativity, more innovation, and these niche markets will grow at a much faster pace if we will first ensure that the overall industry is a competitive industry.
So, Tim, I think that a lot of folks who are buying directly from a producer, buying their half a beef or whatever it is, think that they are stepping out of the whole beef industry and the packer industry because they're buying directly from a farmer or a rancher. So tell them why that isn't true.
Well, in fact, it is true. When they are buying directly from the farmer or rancher, they are circumventing the middle processors, which in our industry are the meat packers. So they have been able to avoid the exploitation by the beef packers. But even so, you still have the beef packers constraining the entire industry. Consumers are able to go to the grocery store and undercut what the local provider can provide. And so in terms of growth potential for the industry sector where producers are selling directly to the consumers, that sector is being constrained as well. We're clearly seeing opportunities, but those opportunities are on a relatively small scale, and that is because of this constraint. We also see this in the beef processing sector. We're not seeing new entrants into the beef processing sector for the very reasons that barriers to entry have been erected by the monopolization of the industry itself. And we must address this. And again, it's an issue of raising the bar so that we do have a completely competitive industry. And as a result of this new market niche that is growing, we're providing consumers with greater choices. And that is going to benefit the entire economy, particularly the rural economies all across America.
And so I know that I read a few press releases where you said that this isn't just an issue for the beef eater or the beef producer, but for all of rural America. So talk to rural America for a second.
Well, the U.S. cattle industry is the largest segment of American agriculture. It's vitally important to the to the economies of all rural communities. It provides the economic cornerstones. It provides opportunities for Main Street businesses that service the cattle industry. As our industry continues to shrink, the opportunities for businesses and youth to return to rural America really evaporate. And that's why we've got to restore competition, which will result in profitability or opportunities for profits for independent producers, which is going to create new business opportunities in rural America. Rural America has been hollowed out. They've been hollowed out because the dominant meat packers have been exploiting producers by purchasing their cattle for less than what a competitive market would dictate. and they have been selling to consumers beef for a price higher than what a competitive market would dictate. And as a result, both producers and consumers are being exploited, and we must address this, and that's why this is indeed a rural issue, a rural community issue, because if we are serious about restoring the economic viability of rural America, we must first restore competition to the largest segment of American agriculture that provides the economic cornerstones for those communities.